Hi, this is Pat Monahan with the Empower Network, and I'm with our own special team with Steve Lowry and Miller Rhodes and Donna and a whole bunch of other people who are trying to help each other succeed together in the Empower Network. I know a little bit about video, so Steve has asked me to try and make some tutorials for the new people coming in uh, to be able to visit our own special training site where you get an even more in-depth view of how to get started and get successful as quickly as possible. In essence, what Dave and Dave of the Empower Network say, blog daily, blog daily, blog daily, they're not kidding. And before I get into talking too much about videos and how to, you it's real. That's really the easy part. You may think that getting in front, you don't have to get in front of camera. You don't have to know much about video at all. You'll be amazed when I show you how simple it is. But it creates things like this little thumbnail that makes it attractive for people to click and come to you and learn about what your proposition is, and that's video marketing. But before I do that, I want you to understand why Dave and Dave and us believe so fervently in blogging. There are other marketing things that you can do, but the power of the Empower Network is all about the interactivity of blogging and how important that is to the search engines. Now, if we there's a place called Alexa.com, which is the most independent, reliable place where everyone on the planet goes to see who has the highest authority in their websites. And it's ranked from 1 to the trillions because there are trillions of websites out there. So let's figure you just started, you went out and got yourself a website, paid somebody to make you a website. Well, guess what? You're like 1,000,000,001. Okay, so that's your, think of having an Alexa rating of 1,000,000,001 and now trying to get something that you want to sell or market or say, even just a simple notice posted or a press release. You're at the bottom of the barrel in the world of power to get Google and Yahoo and Bing and the search engines or YouTube or any search engine that you can think of. When they type you in, they don't type your site in. They type, people come across things because they're on searches. So it's the authority of the site that you're connected with that helps you get found. Remember that. That's the most critical thing, and I'm going to just be always harping on why consistent blogging is important and why you're so lucky, and I'm so lucky, to be a part of the Empower Network. Okay? Google is #1 of those trillions of websites. So they are the highest authority. They are #1. Numero uno. Facebook, hey, #2. YouTube is owned by Google, and they're #3. So guess what? This is a huge authority place, and guess what goes on YouTube? Video. So that is point #1. Point #2 is if you go to the Alexa rating for Empower Network right now, we've actually slipped a little bit because we're building our way back because of some merchant and server changes that we've made, and a lot of people weren't able to do their blogging. So there was a price to pay. We were in the 350s. Okay, so the Alexa ranking changes daily based on the interaction that's going on in the world. Okay, we were under 900 here, and we were in 350 something position here. So we'll be back in a heartbeat because we're turning the switches to the engines back on. But it's very important that you understand that our power structure comes from the fact that we're with the Empower Network and we're blogging on the Empower Network. Now, my little spin is that we're adding the power of the Empower Network, which automatically will help you get on first page of Google, and I'll show you how. But I also am very, very pro video because I put all my videos on YouTube, and by default, any video that I put on YouTube gets all of the juice and the authority that comes from the #3 site on the planet. It combines for the two for an unbeatable punch. So they call it link juice. So here's an example. Now this is not an example of my prowess or anything like that. I made a funny, stupid little video with my dog. That was that was for one blog, and then the next day I knew that I was going to use that as an example to explain to people, because we have a lot of new people that are very intimidated about blogging. And so I said, you know what, I'm going to make a little post for my blog for today, and I'm going to call it "Why Do People Blog to Make Money?" Now that's a keyword, and I'm going to talk about keywords in a second. But guess what? This is my little blog post from 3 days ago, and it was up immediately 22 hours after I posted it. There's the Empower Network. There's me showing that it's my blog. Why do people blog to make money? Okay, big deal, right? What does that mean? Well, guess what? I'm on page 1, in position 1. That's a paid ad. That's the only reason why somebody paid a lot of money to be there. And competing pages for this keyword, there are 2,360,000 people under me. You would think that I was something pretty awesome, but you know what? You can do this too. We can all do this, and it just takes a little bit of slight know-how. So let me prove it to you. I'm going to go click my link, but I'm in position 1 on page 1, and there's my little video. It's loading up. You'll see my little dog in a second. There's my dog, and what I really say on here is really, if you were to go to that blog and listen to it, it's really talking to you, the people in our team on the Empower Network. I want you to not be intimidated about blogging. It's easy, it's fun. We're all here to help each other, and you can take an iPhone or a cell phone that does video, or a camera that does video, or those flip cams, and you can just do 2 minutes of content, 3 minutes of birds flying. You know, just think of something interesting, and it doesn't even have to be that interesting. You post it, and I'll show you how. And now this is a double whammy. There are also techniques to post a written blog. So I basically, rather than transcribing exactly what I said, this is a video inside a video, and guess what? I'm shooting you, and what you're watching now is another video. So I'm video marketing right now as we speak. Okay. So all this text here that I wrote, it was just an off the top of my head in memory of what I said while I was shooting this video, talking about this video. It's a joke, really. And you know what? And I hint about the going up here and clicking and learning about the Empower Network, because you know what? It's really awesome. The Empower Network is truly awesome. What Dave Wood and Dave Sharp, what they've done is they've gotten thousands of people together to do what Google and all the search engines want the most. Real, not fake, not roboted, not bought, not purchased, this is real content that's changing on a daily basis. That's what creates this authority. And that's how they launched on Halloween months ago. And they've had a couple of months of nothing but, you know, people trying to knock them off and give them trouble. Or otherwise we would be even twice as powerful as we are already. So believe me when I tell you that we're in a catbird seat like you can't believe. Now I know I haven't talked too much about how-to video, and I will. There's going to be, I'm going to turn this. I'm almost to 10 minutes here, so this is part one. Let's close it out, and now I'll get into keywords and video. Here we go.